All right, Bav Sound, Ghostwoofers, update. This update needs to be done. I'm about 75 hours into the Ghostwoofers, and they've done something I've never seen speakers do. When I installed these speakers, I was kind of giving them a, yeah, okay, they're good, not as good as the Phase 1, the tweeters and mids, but I'd still buy them, but I'm not raving about them. Now I'm raving about them. 75 hours in, if you look at my other videos, this bass was because I had a sub installed. But when I first had the Ghostwoofers installed, I couldn't turn 100 hertz up higher than, like, say, this high without stressing out the Ghostwoofers, even after 12 and a half hours. And what I did was I turned my subwoofer off by turning off my power, because it's hooked up to my start-stop. My starter solenoid. I turned off my sub, my JL audio sub, while I was sitting in a parking lot, and I was just listening to the music with the Bav Sound setup, and I was like, holy shit, that's actually some really rich, mid sub and sub coming just from the Ghostwoofers. So what I did is I turned everything up as far, this was like way down here, because if I turned up the 200 hertz any higher, the Ghostwoofers at 12 and a half hours would start to distort. And then this is like way down here, because if I turned it up any higher, the Ghostwoofers would start to distort. And look, I'm smudging everything now. I'm my own worst enemy. But now, I had turned that up that high for the JL audio, but when I turn off my power, that doesn't even, it's all the way up, and it won't even distort the subs, or the Ghostwoofers. It won't distort the Ghostwoofers. Before, I could barely even do anything with it, not to repeat myself, but I am. I wish I could do some audio with this, but I can't play my MP3 player on my iPhone and do a video at the same time, because the sound card is busy doing one thing or the other. You can't do both. But wow, the bass coming from the Ghostwoofers actually vibrates like the whole seat and like the center console, whereas before I was lucky to feel it in my butt at all. So this 100 hertz that I was kind of whining about before having gone away, after 75 hours, it really rocks. It's back. I would say, it's 125% more and far more articulate than the bass hi-fi premium speakers that I had in there. This is a surprise, and this was just kind of extemporaneously stumbled upon when I turned my subwoofer off. Yeah, these Ghostwoofers are actually turning out to be better and better and better by far the longer they break in. I'm thrilled.